anything. Really getting warmed up here, just moments away. We'll be back right after this. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan courtside with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, and our reporter tonight on the sideline, David Aldridge. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You take a look at Los Angeles. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, Dallas. They have a lot of ground to make up.
And I think for Dallas, they've had such a disappointing season. Even when they've gotten a little bit of momentum, they haven't been able to keep it going.
And when you talk about inconsistency, I think a lot of it has to go to the players, because ultimately they're the ones that dictate how they perform.
Now let's send it down to David Aldridge, standing by from the sidelines. David?
Well, it took 5 long months, but Anthony Davis's trade request was finally granted. And now he has a new start in Los Angeles alongside LeBron James. And the Lakers now boast 2 top 10 players. Kevin, this is a team with legitimate championship aspirations.
And DA, that's the standard for the Lakers organization. Thanks for that report. And early in the season, Clark, rotations getting settled. How important do you think it is to have players who really embrace their roles on that team?
You know, I think it's a combination of accepting and embracing your roles, really relishing what it is you're to do and to star in what your particular role is, and finding that out oftentimes is a work in progress even throughout the season.
And probably managing maybe some disappointment if you aren't in the role you thought you were going to be in.
Well said. Exactly right.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Wright. And it's Doncic in at the 3. And for the Lakers, up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. And it's Cook in at point guard. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Hardaway, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Here is Cook. Now the dish to James. Shoots. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
He's so good at creating his own shot. He's just got an endless supply of moves. LeBron James.
Doncic passes to Wright. Back to Doncic. It's tipped and stolen by Kuzma. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That is his first foul of the game. Looking at Los Angeles, they took the win in their last game against the Washington Wizards. Outside, Davis. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game, and he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
Doncic finds Wright. Back to Doncic. They get a hand on it, and stolen by James. Cook, the pass to LeBron. To the paint, here's Kuzma.
And positionless basketball, all the rage. And Kyle Kuzma really fits that mold. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? I don't know, but he gets buckets.
Marjanovic checked in for the Mavericks.
Kyle Kuzma is a guy who burst on the scene during his rookie year and is a fun player to watch. He's a guy that really has an outstanding all-around game.
Right. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. And very light-footed is Kuzma. Moves well for his size.
You know, kind of a tweener in terms of build, but he has the ability to light up that scoreboard, something every team can use.
And here are the Mavericks now, looking for their first basket of the game. And Wright kicks to Hardaway. James against Doncic. 5 on the clock, and the dunk by Doncic.
Well, the main weapon in Doncic's attack, he really excels at finding lanes and then taking advantage of them.
If you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Cook dishes to Davis. James outside. Pass to Davis. Here's Kuzma. Misses from close range.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Right outside. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
Right, the pass to Doncic. Great D that time from James.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, he challenged the shot, and you can see the effects on the release of that shot. I mean, it turned a simple jumper into a tough one.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. They look to me to be a bit sluggish.
And it's Wright missing.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively. Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Last time they met was in Dallas.
Yeah, and last time out, they sort of shot themselves in the foot with the foul trouble. That was what led to them having such an ugly scoreline.
And Greg, the foul trouble was a big chunk of it. I mean, it's hard to mount a comeback when all your key guys, your main players, are watching from the bench.
Now here is Hardaway. He picked up 21 points in their last win against the Suns in Phoenix. Doncic dishes to Powell. Three-pointer. Here's Marjanovic. And he banks in the layup.
Boy, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board, because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
The Lakers on offense. They're on a 15-4 run right now. Here's James, and the rejection by Marjanovic. And they'll keep possession. Offensive rebound. Here's Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Now here is Hardaway. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
Boy, that's just tremendous focus there, guys. I mean, Hardaway Jr. doing a nice job keeping his composure in a tough spot.
And the big contract for Tim Hardaway Jr. back in 2017, Clark. 4 years, $71 million.
Hey, sometimes timing is everything. We know that in our world and in all the other worlds out there. And think about that now. Tim Hardaway Jr. has made more money than his all-star father made in his whole career. Hardaway Jr., young and athletic, and a really rock-solid player at both ends. And you look at the Lakers desperate to surround LeBron with talent to win now. They have improved, but is it enough to go deep in the West?
Now here's Wright, following the miss by Anthony Davis. Good work there as it goes.
Boy, like seeing these passes. Doncic has a keen sense for when one of his guys is open, and he gets it to him on time, on target.
And the Lakers, for decades, Clark, a magnet for superstar free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, in recent years, more of a mixed bag in that regard. Whether it's the turmoil in the Lakers organization, I think that's part of it, or the prospect of playing in LeBron's shadow. A number of elite players have elected to go elsewhere thus far.
Free throw drops for Wright. Lakers leading by 7. Passes it to James. The shot missing, and the Mavericks going the other way now. Doncic outside, kicks it to Hardaway. Over Caldwell Pope. And James pulls it down. And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Lakers. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
In that one, they owned the backboards. Most of the second chance opportunities went to them.
Plenty of heart and hustle in that regard. I mean, they made sure to hit the glass hard and often.
And so here is Dallas following the bucket by the Lakers. Right, the pass to Hardaway. Over Caldwell Pope. Here's Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And Hardaway gets it to go. Hardaway has got 5 now.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
This game was in danger of getting away from them. They've made a nice push to keep it close.
Lakers leading by 5. James outside. Loads it up for Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Yeah, first and foremost, he's a pass-first team player, is Caldwell Pope. Love seeing that.
Wright looking around. The pass to Marjanovic. Wright, right side. Mark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
No good on the free throw. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Davis. JaVale McGee comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Danny Green, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Avery Bradley in for Cook. Dallas also making some changes. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Jackson comes in for Luka Doncic. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And the rejection by Marjanovic. And he makes that one. And the Lakers lead by 8.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Now here's Brunson. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Kleber kicks to Jackson. And the rejection by James.
This is what makes LeBron so special. He does it at both ends. Great tenacity on defense.
And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Lakers.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Now here's Wright. He picked up 15 points in their last win against the Suns in Phoenix.
And if you look at his free throw numbers, you can see what kind of pressure he put on the defense. He was in attack mode all night long.
It's early, but they are getting pummeled on the glass.
Well, they've got to take a stand and commit to controlling their defensive backboard. These second chance buckets are killing them.
Lakers leading by 12. Down low, here's LeBron. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. Dallas making a switch here. Berea's checked in. LeBron outside. Pass to Howard. Feeds it to McGee. Shot clock at 5. He can't hit that time. Now Dallas takes it the other way. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
You know, Berea is extremely fast. Explodes to the basket whenever he sees a lane available.
And here's Bradley. No points in the game yet for him. LeBron left side. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. Well, I don't think it's been a secret. I mean, LeBron James hopes to become the greatest of all time. At least that's my perspective on it. Last season, he surpassed his idol, Michael Jordan, in career scoring. He called it one of the real pinnacles of his career.
Shoots the three. Kleba, no good.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And this kind of athleticism at the center position, pretty remarkable. I mean, McGee letting it all hang out there.
Dallas calls timeout. And you might think about what sets LeBron James apart among the all-time greats. He's the only player who's top 10 in both scoring and assists.
Well, I would even take it a little further, guys. His overall all-around brilliance is what truly separates him from the rest of the great players, because he's top 20 in steals as well as approaching top 50 in rebounds. That's remarkable, and he's done it from day one.
Here's Brunson following the basket by JaVale McGee. From deep, Barea. Bradley with some nice D. Los Angeles leading by 15. James looking around. And finished off by LeBron.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on. Boy, you look at Maximilian Kleba, the German native. I mean, this guy's a very capable shooter, but it's his defense that keeps him on the court. He's 6'11", but has quick feet, which allows him to defend multiple positions.
Clark, you think of European players, it's usually the offensive end where they thrive, but Kleba is a versatile defensive stopper, too.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, this guy can shut you down because he moves his feet, he's strong, really keeps driving lanes from opening up on the perimeter, and his positioning and timing make him a good shot blocker, too.
And here is Los Angeles now after the Mavericks pick up 3. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
The Lakers have made 3 free throws so far, haven't missed any.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And, you know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
Here's Kleba. Left side Jackson over LeBron. Stolen by McGee. Oh, and here we go. Green's got it. The fast break chance. LeBron outside. Pass to Howard. LeBron outside. Back to Howard. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. McGee's shot is off. Mavericks trail by 16. We've got 28 seconds left in the first quarter. Brunson. Rebounded by McGee. McGee's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Bradley. And the rejection by Jackson. Yep, that one goes in there. 12 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Brunson. Great D that time from Green.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Los Angeles. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. Back to the action after this word. LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had this to say about his ability to nail clutch shots.
I always feel like I got it. I always feel like I got it in the clutch, no matter what's going on throughout the course of a game. Even when you're struggling at times or you're not shooting the ball particularly well, I just feel like it's going in.
And you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late game situations.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Lakers enjoying a nice lead here.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
At the 2 and the 3, it's Bradley and Green. JaVale McGee is out there with Howard, and it's Rondo in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
Boy, that was a sweet-looking teardrop. There's very little defense for that.
And it's Bradley with the ball for the Lakers. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. And that one will start off a 3-game road trip for the team. The shot by Rondo is no good. Mavericks trail by 18. Jackson passes to Porzingis. The drive by Jackson. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game. Now Bradley. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Rondo against Barea. Second chance shot. And Howard with the lay-in. And the Lakers lead by 18.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area. Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold. You know, with Dirk Nowitzki retiring last season after a remarkable 21 years with the Mavericks, they are starting afresh, a new era, hoping budding superstar Luka Doncic can carry that mantle, and I think he's off to a great start in doing so.
Rondo's shot is off. Mavericks trail by 16. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Porzingis. No good that time. Great D that time from Green. And you think of everything that Dirk Nowitzki has meant to the Mavericks. Clark, one team for his entire career.
An iconic Hall of Famer. You talk about 14 All-Star appearances and league MVP, 6th all-time in scoring. Most importantly, the franchise's first and only title in 2011.
His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Barea kicks to Kleba. Jackson up top, guarded by Green. Jackson passes to Porzingis. Jackson trying to break free. Excellent D that time there from McGee.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
But they get it back. Second shot opportunity and gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line.
And a chance now to take a look at some numbers for Brunson.
How's the last month of basketball been for him? Putting up about 10 points a night, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And really for him, it's about putting in the work and improving his game.
Yeah, and I think he wants to. It's one of those things where you either want it or you don't, and he does.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Davis is checked in for Howard. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Green, and it's Caldwell Pope in for Bradley. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Clark, a big jump in scoring, but I think a lot of that is because of the prolific role players we have in the NBA now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. When you think about starters putting up points and then you have guys that fortify benches and can get points in bunches, the first name that comes to mind for me, Lou Williams. A designated role of scoring the basketball in limited minutes. And when he gets it going, watch out. Nobody quite like Lou Williams putting it in the basket as a role player.
The first free throw is good.
And the Lakers last season going against the grain to surround LeBron James with playmakers, not shooters. And many criticized that move.
And, you know, guys, you look at it, LeBron is at his very best with the ball in his hands, which means he needs room to attack the lane. It's clear that a course correction was needed. Boy, a big summer for the Mavs here in 2019. Huge cap room. They were looking to stock up on veteran talent while Doncic was still on that rookie. Pretty solid position for the Mavericks.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. 14 points from him the last game against Washington. 5 to shoot. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. From deep three-point range, Rondo, no good. You talk about the aggressive summer for the Mavericks. The max extension for Porzingis was a given.
Yeah, I agree. And you take a look at what else they needed. More shooting, two-way veteran players if they're going to make a push for the playoffs.
The Mavericks have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
And they've made progress in that department from last season going into this one, guys. I mean, the numbers have improved.
No good on that one. Cook, he's checked in for the Lakers. Good on the second free throw.
And the feeling has been that the Lakers needed to acquire more veteran talent to put alongside LeBron, and they've done just that.
And, you know, time is creeping up on LeBron. He turns 35 this season. Really, for the Lakers, the time is now if they're going to compete to get him another ring and perhaps themselves another banner.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, there is a lot of optimism in Dallas for the tandem of Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis said, "We clicked right away. We're both European players, similar roots, both speak Spanish. That'll translate on the court. We can be something special." Kevin, look out for them to compliment and criticize one another in a different tongue.
Yeah, if they play to their potential, they could be scary. Thanks, David. The Mavericks have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10.
And as Dirk Nowitzki walks off into the sunset, the Mavericks seem to have found their next European superstar in Luka Doncic. The number 3 pick in last year's draft had a rookie season for the ages.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Los Angeles leading by 11. And Doncic, the EuroLeague MVP, led Real Madrid to a title. EuroLeague Finals MVP, all at the tender age of 19.
Incredibly accomplished. Despite that, slipped a little bit in the draft into the waiting arms of the Mavs, who moved up 2 spots to get him.
Well, it was speculated all of last season and shortly after the finals ended that Anthony Davis had his wish fulfilled by getting traded to the Lakers.
And Davis and LeBron make as scary a duo as you can think of in the NBA. Missed out on some of the other marquee free agents, but AD will get a plethora of looks playing alongside LeBron.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
Both shots good from the stripe. And the trade for Anthony Davis a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis long term. And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And, you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
Porzingis kicks to Doncic. And the 3 off target. Powell with the steal. Here's Porzingis. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, that's not an easy assignment, as Porzingis showed there. He's a lot to handle.
And Greg, as many expected, Porzingis getting a huge deal from Dallas to keep him a Mav for a long time.
Mavs feel he can be better than he was before the injury. Love the idea of pairing him long-term with Doncic. Signed him to a lengthy and sizable deal to be the core of their future.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And Clark, when you were playing, I imagine the pre-draft process was a lot different than it is today.
No doubt about it. I mean, I came out in 1982 after my junior year, Kevin, and at that time, if you were a guy who was declaring early, you basically just had to go on whatever knowledge and information you could get from whoever, because there was no allowing you weren't allowed to go to a workout. Teams could interview you, but there were no on-court workouts, so it was totally different than today.
And the Lakers with possession here. Now here's Rondo. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Davis, the pass to Caldwell Pope. Rondo with the ball. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Cook. The shot comes out. Nice D from Porzingis. And right, here we go. Misses from short range.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Kuzma. And here's what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Lakers. On Tuesday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz.
And for that game against the Timberwolves, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
Well, it was the Dallas Mavericks winning their last game against Phoenix.
You could see it in that game. Despite the odds going against them, once it got to OT, they had that belief and resolve that they could win it.
And, Greg, sometimes we've seen it happen where a team that's supposed to be the underdog gets the game into OT, and then the momentum swings their way.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
James checked in for Rajon Rondo.
A lot of turnover for the Mavericks this season, but they bring back restricted free agents Maxi Kleber, Dwight Powell, and Dorian Finney-Smith.
And, you know, those 3 players have made steady improvement, and that's a credit to how the Mavericks develop young players. They also bring length and athleticism to that rotation.
Now, here's Doncic, following the miss by Kyle Kuzma.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboard.
Greg, and that's been the key to this league. I mean, they've really dominated the glass.
LeBron outside, floats it up for Davis, and it's Davis finishing it off.
Setting the table for his teammates, James. Enjoy sharing and passing the ball and getting others involved, I think, more than any other aspect of his game.
Now here's Wright. He's got 10. Outside, Porzingis hits the three-point bomb. Porzingis has got 8 points in the quarter.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
And they're starting to heat up is what they're doing. They're on fire. I mean, that's what they need to climb back into this game.
Cook, good. And the Lakers lead by 7.
How about that wonderful floater he has, showing off an exquisite touch.
Here's Wright. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. The pass to Powell. Over to the left wing. Porzingis. Another field goal for him. 4 for 6 shooting tonight.
Yeah, he's owning them on the offensive end, but, you know, he can't do it by himself.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Outside, Davis. And Wright pulls it down.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
And you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And here is Los Angeles now. Tim Hardaway unable to get his last shot to go. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. A go-to scorer's mentality for Kyle Kuzma, Clark. He's got a wide array of shots at his disposal.
Well, I don't know if there's a more versatile scorer as a young player in the league than Kuzma. He's got the turnaround jumper, the sky hook, step backs, drives it aggressively.
Take a break.
Boy, he has got a lot in that book bag of his.
Free throw good, Kuzma.
And, you know, quite a bit of turnover for the Lakers in recent years, guys, from the front office to the coaching staff. I think it's always important for an organization to have a common voice to speak in stereo and have everybody in proper alignment from the top down to the court.
Howard's checked in for the Lakers. And as the Lakers have looked to fill positions, Clark, a real affinity for candidates with the Lakers history.
Yeah, you know, that's exactly right. They view it as a family, but here recently they've expanded their options and have looked outside of past Laker pedigree in terms of filling some key spots, which is part of what you have to do if you're going to move forward and be successful.
And the first one at the line is good.
You know, guys, the Dallas Mavericks with the longest active sellout streak of any pro basketball team. You can put sellout in quotes because they actually give a lot of tickets away to schools and community service groups to make sure that building is full.
That one is no good. You know, Clark, the Mavericks making their games accessible to Dallas fans, much more concerned with the packed house and the revenue at the gate.
Yeah, and I like that philosophy, guys. I mean, building their future fan base, those fans will be around for a while, giving young people a chance to become Mavericks fans for life. And you start early, and it pays dividends down the road usually.
It's stolen by Marjanovic. Here's Porzingis, and some very quick points for him on that possession. Porzingis has got 12 in the game.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
James, the pass to Kuzma. Pass to Howard. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 7 rebounds in the game. Now here's Brunson. Defense is right there.
And, you know, this is a definite strength of Howard's game. I think he's a rim protector of an elite level.
Avery Bradley, he's checked in for Cook. 1:16 left here in the second. And here is James. He's coming off a 37-point game against Washington.
And even if you took away his points, he was still an offensive force because of his passing. His assist numbers were tremendous.
Just make sure you keep getting him touches. I mean, you love what he's doing at the offensive end. Don't go away from it.
Here's Doncic, and it's sent back by Howard. And here we go. Fast break. Kuzma's got it.
Yeah, rising up well to finish off the dunk with power. Tremendous athleticism by Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, KCP.
And if they're thinking they can get a 2-for-1 here.
Well, we'll see if they have the awareness to realize that.
Doncic against James. Inside, here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Boy, that is grown man ammonia strength from Porzingis there. How can defenders stop that?
We've got 28 seconds left in the second quarter. Bradley with the bounce pass. And the rejection by Marjanovic.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, they've got to hold for the last shot here.
Kicks it out to LeBron. Over Doncic. No good from the wing. And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Contavious, you guys came out with a lot of energy in the first half. What got you going?
Like you said, we came out with a lot of energy. We wanted to get easy basket layups, and knock down shots.
You got all that and more in that first half. Thanks. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He ended up with 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 block. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
Well, I like it, Ernie, because they're just not settling for outside shots. You know, that part of the game is pretty when it's going in. We've seen plenty of teams try that and fail. Got to have a balanced approach. And tonight, they found a ton of success inside. Basketball and championships are won inside out. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about.
Kenny, how do you think Dallas played?
Well, the differential in rebounding was huge. And it goes back to the fundamentals, blocking out and just maintaining position. Instead, they went to the lazy man's route, flying in the air, trying to steal rebounds. Well, that didn't work. No one is going to give you an easy rebound. They need to show some fight.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books, 1 half to go. You know, Davis has been exceptional here, guys.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Doncic and Porzingis, the incredible forward pair. White is out there with Hardaway. And it's Powell in at the center, locking down the middle.
But, you know, guys, we know Hardaway can score, but when he makes these passes, it makes him a lot more dangerous.
Lakers leading by 6. It's LeBron with the drive. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
Back to Wright. Hardaway against Caldwell Pope. And there's Hardaway. That's good on the assist by Wright. And that's now 7 points for Tim Hardaway. And Los Angeles guys shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. James kicks to Caldwell Pope. Shot clock at 6. Beyond the arc. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Hardaway goes in, and Davis sends it back. They get it back, and that one hits back iron.
Boy, great effort on defense there against a guy who typically makes that.
Another shot. Porzingis with the block.
Tell you what, Porzingis showing great timing as the anchor of the defense there.
And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Kuzma with the ball.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Now here's Wright. 12 points for him. Puts it up from 17. Dallas again missing. And it's Cook with the ball for the Lakers. LeBron drives in. Kuzma can't get it to go.
You know, even though they have the lead, you can tell he's frustrated with himself that he's not doing more.
Doncic, no good. Lakers leading by 8. Caldwell Pope dishes to Cook. Loads it up for Davis and finished off by Davis.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Doncic, he gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12.
Boy, Doncic so crafty and good at using screens and being effective in screening situations. He's a true scorer and playmaker.
Now here's LeBron. He's got 16. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Porzingis. And LeBron James, Clark, climbing the all-time scoring list. Last season passing Michael Jordan. This season, Kobe Bryant. Clark, any chance LeBron someday passes another Laker great, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for the most career points in NBA history?
I think it's simply a matter of his health, because if he stays healthy, then it's not if, but when. By the time his contract runs out, guys, in 2022, he'll be right in that neighborhood of my all-time favorite player, and I think the greatest player to play, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Free throw good, LeBron.
Well, there are only a handful of players who've been on the line more often than LeBron, and no surprise, every one of them a Hall of Famer. That's where he's headed to.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Kleber's checked in.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Lakers leading by 7. Here is Cook. Pass to Davis. Shoots over Powell. Davis with the bucket. Davis has got 19 points.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Now here is Hardaway. 7 points in the game. Passes it to Doncic. Back to Wright. The tray. Another 3 for Dallas.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Lakers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Cook kicks to LeBron. Davis up top. Plenty of space. The shot, no good. And the Mavericks going the other way now. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. That'll be the third game of this 3-game road trip. That one's in there. The Lakers' lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Hardaway.
Boy, Hardaway Jr. is a competitor now, showing you some real toughness. He's not going to give you an inch. He's going to fight you to the finish.
Now here's James. 17 points in the game. Powell against Davis. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. Just 5 to shoot. Over Hardaway. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. Green comes in for Kentavious Caldwell Pope. And Dallas with a change here too. Jackson, he's checked in for Tim Hardaway Jr. James kicks to Cook. He doesn't hit that one. And it's Dallas the other way. Jackson drives in. The layup missed. Los Angeles leading by 4. Floats one up. That's tipped. And that'll be the Lakers as it goes out of bounds. Lakers retain possession. James in the post. Jackson on him. LeBron passes to Green. Now Jackson to the middle. Here's Wright. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Now just a 2-point Laker lead. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Dallas.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
And the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Davis has got 6 here in this quarter.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
And, Greg, it's clearly been their edge, and in a close game like this, you look for every edge you can find.
And the Mavericks call time here. You have to like what we're seeing from Davis.
I mean, he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Bradley's checked in. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Now, here's Doncic. He's got 12. And there's the pass to Kleber. A three-pointer, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And it's McGee with the jam.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
Now here's Brunson. He has 5. Pass to Kleber. Outside Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Doncic. Green with the block.
Well, he has not been sharp this period. Seems to be a little flustered out there, too.
Here's James. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. To the inside. Here's Doncic. Yes, that goes in. Doncic has got 14.
You know, as I watch Doncic, I think it's futile to try to distract this guy. His focus and concentration and control of himself is excellent.
Lakers leading by 4. LeBron right side. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
Boy, with all the contact he drew there, Greg, that would have been a heck of a bucket. He nearly got it to go.
And both free throws good for LeBron. Well, the number 33 pick in the 2018 draft, Jalen Brunson, off to a pretty good start.
Boy, I tell you what, this guy is so solid. He was the Naismith Player of the Year and a 2-time champion at Villanova. No surprise to see him handling this business in the pros because he's all business.
Now here's Jackson. From the corner. Chalk up 2 there. And so James will bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Here's McGee, and he goes right over Dwight Powell and slams it down.
I think McGee's been working on that one. I mean, you don't just come up with that off the top of your head, boy. You got to think that one through.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And with the pause in the action, let's look at the numbers for Green. He's averaging about 7 points a game, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And there isn't much to write home about with his numbers. I think he'd like to up his contributions.
Yeah, but you got to earn that chance. I mean, you get what you earn. His numbers are fine, but he's not going to get a lot more floor time unless he turns it up a notch.
That free throw missing. Howard's checked in for Los Angeles. And he sinks the second. So it's the Lakers now, leading by 5. It's LeBron with the drive. Outside, Green. He kicks it to Bradley. Over Brunson. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Lakers lead by 7.
There are not many better on the offensive glass than Howard. He's a flat-out beast, especially if you don't box him out.
Brunson the pass to Kleber. McGee with the block, and he gets it back. Tries again. Kleber, no good. Los Angeles leading by 7. Outside, Green. And it's Howard finishing it off.
really, really hard to keep Howard out of the paint. I mean, once he gets the position he wants, he's going to look to throw it down.
Dallas calls timeout. Last season, the NBA announcing the launch of a league in Africa, along with FIBA. Clark, what do you think of that move?
I think it's another example, Kevin, of the globalization of the game and the NBA's intentional, purposeful way of expanding and continuing to grow the game for the sake of the business of basketball, which is a game that obviously you and I love.
And Clark, we see so many foreign players come into the NBA and play well. Not just play, but play well.
Yeah, and not just Africa, although
right.
a number of players from Africa, but a number of different countries have signed on. It could make for a more exciting league.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. And so he hits both. Lakers leading by 7. LeBron outside. Howard kicks to James. Now here's Green. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Clock is at 3. Here's Caldwell Pope. It's rebounded by Dallas. Kleber's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Brunson, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
And they haven't been pushed around in the paint at all in this game. They have been the aggressors.
You know, something else I've noticed is just how many of their baskets have been set up by assists throughout the game.
One falls for Brunson.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. Lakers leading by 5. Pass to Howard. Kicks to Caldwell Pope. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. To the paint. The rebound by Marjanovic.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench if he keeps shooting it like that. He has been putrid here this quarter.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Good on the bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now here's Brunson. He's got 9. Correa, no good.
Very surprising that he came away empty there, especially given room to operate. So good at getting to his spots and then cashing in, making the game look easy.
Mavericks trail by 7. Here's Brunson. Doncic trying to get open. Brunson, no good. And so Green will bring it up for Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope with a wide open look. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron. LeBron's got 6 assists now in the game. There's 1:17 left in the third. Correa, the pass to Brunson. That one's off, still out of sync.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
Fades back. No good from LeBron. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Barea. The Lakers shooting around 44% in this third quarter. From 13, and that one's good by LeBron. James has got 9 points here in the second half.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
I'd agree with you, and I don't think they expected this one to be a game where they would get battered inside like they had.
And here comes the break. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Barea, the pass to Kleba. Out to the wing. Here's Marjanovic. And poor shot selection there. Not a high percentage look for him. And he's going up for the alley-oop.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
And so it's Los Angeles, enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. Their transition game has been in full effect. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, and with the accuracy to go along with that vision. I mean, he put the ball in the absolute perfect spot. That's how you orchestrate it.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Mavericks trail by 12. A moment now to reset the lineups, brought to us by Gatorade, all fueled up here for the fourth quarter. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Caldwell Pope and LeBron fill out the wings. Howard is out there with Kyle Kuzma, and it's Cook in at the 1. Bounce pass from Kuzma. That one falls. 25 points for LeBron.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Barea against Kuzma. Here's Doncic. Here's Porzingis. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Porzingis doing a nice job using that length to clean up the glass nicely.
Cook, the pass to James. Kuzma outside. Howard in the post, guarded by Marjanovic, and the basket is good. 16 points for Howard.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Barea looking for an opening. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Outside, Porzingis shoots over Kuzma. It's hauled in by LeBron. James has got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Mavericks trail by 14. Barea dishes to Doncic. Outside Hardaway. Over Cook. Hardaway, no good. Lakers have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. No one near James as he lets it go. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
So special and exciting to watch greatness. LeBron James tonight playing at the highest level.
On the wing, Doncic. Covered by LeBron.
And every miss finds its way to his hands. What an impressive performance.
I tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
Now here's Barea. He's guarded closely. Basket good.
Hard not to commend the confidence of Barea. For a point guard, He's an excellent scorer, particularly inside.
Lakers leading by 16. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Good, and the assist goes to James. LeBron's got his 8th assist in the game.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
Barea, no good. And here's James. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Nice job that time using that strong body of his inside. Once Howard has positioning, I think you got to wrap him up.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell comes in for Marjanovic, and it's Wright in for J.J. Barea. He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And last season, really not a fun one for Dwight Howard, as he missed a lot of time. A lot of games left on the table by him as he has battled those back issues.
And that one's good. James.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Outside Hardaway. The pass to Powell. Wright outside. 6 to shoot. Makes it off the glass. Wright's got 11 points here in just the second half. And with Howard, his presence was missed in the lineup last year due to injuries.
And Howard isn't what he once was, but he can still make a difference on the floor. That size and rebounding really hard to replace on a team by just one player.
Here's Kuzma. Caldwell Pope kicks to Howard. They shoot again, and that one goes long. Mavericks trail by 20. Powell in the high post. LeBron against Doncic. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on LeBron James.
Boy, I tell you what, Doncic plays with really good energy and awareness, but also he's got a quiet physicality to him, and he doesn't mind being bumped around when he's trying to score.
And the first one drops. On when you see that step back 3, Clark, for Doncic. Shades of James Harden, the way he gets that shot off.
And you know what they say, Luka's deceleration, hitting the brakes and stopping suddenly, is top notch, just like James Harden's. So that's quite a compliment. A lot of that is footwork and balance, but I think his quickness too, guys, has been a little bit underrated. This guy is a little better athlete than he gets credit for.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
Pass to Davis. Shoots over Powell, and Davis puts it in. Davis has got 23 points.
And, you know, got to admire the patience inside from Davis. Outstanding at staying under control, taking his time, and burying the quality shot.
And stolen by James. And the dunk by James.
Nice there, getting the reverse. Love that. And the fans got a little bit of a show there.
Guys, that one definitely had a little something extra on it.
A jaw-dropper emoji is what I look like right now. Incredible.
And since halftime, he has been a different player.
Clark, take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, do you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology. If you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room at halftime. Mavericks trail by 20. On the wing, Doncic. Covered by LeBron. Outside Hardaway. Back to Doncic. Outside Hardaway. 4 on the shot clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Doncic, no good.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Lakers leading by 20. James up top, guarded by Doncic. Here's Davis. Cans the shot from the wing. Davis has got 10 points in just the second half.
A nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Fouling like that isn't how you get back in the game.
Looked to me like just a frustration foul. It really kind of sums up the game they're having in general.
Here is Cook, guarded by Wright, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Doncic. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. Dallas has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Wright. Count that one. Wright's got 25 points.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
Here is Cook. The last couple of years, Clark, we've seen a couple of Hall of Fame level players go on these farewell tours in their final year in the NBA. What a great way for fans of opposing teams to honor these terrific stars.
You know, I was a little bit mixed on how I felt about the farewell tours, but these two were handled so beautifully, and there have been others that have been handled great. It gives the fans an opportunity to express their feelings for some of the greats in the game, and that's heartwarming for all of us, I think.
Yeah, you and I were just talking about the way Kobe and Wade were terrific in their tours. The drive by James, and it's slammed in by Davis.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think the pass was even better. I mean, that was room service delivery at its finest.
It's stolen by Davis. Here's Kuzma. 2 points. That one goes.
You know, body him up all you want. It doesn't bother Kyle Kuzma. He's got great competitive spirit and skill.
Doncic against LeBron. Goes back up. Porzingis can't hit.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Free throw good, Davis. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. Doncic with it. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Caldwell Pope. And James throws it down.
Well, you can't take the length of Caldwell Pope lightly. He's excellent at using it to come up with steals.
Hardaway passes to Powell. No good, unable to end this run. Los Angeles has gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Here's Cook. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Clark, the relationship between referees and players reaching a fever pitch. What can be done to smooth those waters and mend those fences?
Well, I think first and foremost, players have to give. Both sides have to give in this equation, but I think it's incumbent upon the players to accept and respect the position of the officials, and the officials have to also be willing to engage in interacting well with the players. It's a two-way street, but I think most of that is on the players because they have to control how they respond to officials more than officials have to respond to the players.
Here's Lee, and he comes up with the deuce.
Making contested shots comes down to technique and effort. Lee's just showing off right now.
Davis looking for an opening. In the corner, Daniels. Inside, here's Cook. He can't get that one to fall. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Pass to Brokoff. From the arc. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Outside, Davis passes to Daniels. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Outside, Davis. 5 to shoot. Here's Cook. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. Dallas has gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range. And it's Lee penetrating. Right side, Porzingis. Over Davis. Porzingis can't hit. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become. Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it, just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Los Angeles.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so they'll stretch their victory total to 19 on the season.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for LeBron.
Boy, this game really had his name all over it. I mean, he relished being the guy to carry the load offensively.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
You know, I look at Courtney Lee and I think of valutility. He's a guy who's a veteran, but he brings great value and he's useful in a lot of different ways. And more importantly, he holds things together for a team in the locker room.
Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Los Angeles. Alex Caruso comes in for Quinn Cook. That's going to be out of bounds. Los Angeles will retain possession. Davis against Porzingis. Davis up top. The second chance effort, and he sinks the layup. Davis has got 31 points.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
Nine seconds left in the 4th quarter of this one. And the foul called on Porzingis. And that's it for him. He's fouled out. Not only that, we are in the bonus and we'll have to go to the line for 2. The first one falls. And so Anthony Davis nails both of them. Three-pointer right. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Anthony, tell us the focus for the team coming into the game tonight.
Well, you know, before we started the game, you know, Coach came in and told us that we knew what we had to do. You know, we were trying to stop a lot of their actions, and, you know, our biggest focus for the game was guard the ball. That's what we did coming out of that timeout and never looked back.
And it led to a win. Thank you for your time, Anthony. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. So long.